Hey y'all, it's Sarah, and today we're doing hot dogs from Miniverse. Got the cute little hot dogs on the grill. I've already got the hot dog buns out, and I've started on those. And I don't know if you can see the difference. I'm going to show you this package. They're super shiny inside. And you can see mine's got a much softer, matter finish. And in order to do that, I took just a little buffing block and buffed the entire thing down and just basically buffed the shine off. I had a few awkward paint spots, if you can see. I tried to buff those down a little. And any kind of little awkward spots that stick out, I usually try to clean those up some. And then I got a more bread-like, softer finish rather than that shine. Now that I've done that, I'm coming in with some chalk. I'm just going to use a little of this brown here. Dip some kind of brush in. And I think I'm going to go down this center section a little. Like that. And I might do the same thing on this other side. Just brown that up a little. And let's look at the difference here compared to the more yellow plastic ones in the packaging. I'm not sure if you can see that little bit of subtle difference. I like how those look already, so I'm gonna move over to my Franks, and they're pretty much like a hot dog out of the package. That kind of shiny, orangey look. I might do the same thing, just see little spots like that, the little manufacturing spots where they pop in and out of the molds and things like that. In the manufacturing process, I typically try to take fine grit and clean those up. It's not going to really matter that much because I'm putting ingredients on top of mine that's going to cover most of it. I might bring a marker in, something like this, and cook that a little. So we're going to get more of a cooked. So I'm going to color these and just roll that around in my fingers. This is why I'm always a mess. I have no problems making a mess of myself to do a little playing here. So I'm just rolling it onto there. And it's toning that orange down just a hair. Now that I have those done, and you can see there's a slight, it's very subtle. I'm going to go ahead and make some toppings. I'm using this Dollar Tree sand and the white granules to make a couple things, and I already tested some colors, and I'll walk you through what I did because I've got a little mess here in my palette. And let's talk about what I've got going on. I wanted some chili, so I mixed. Really, I kind of mixed several different browns because all of these were at their very end. They're all, you can see, they're all kind of squished out. So I mixed those in there with a little bit of my hot sauce and a scoop of the sand, the white sand. I've got that mixed in to make chili. The beef from the taco has slightly larger granules there. So I might throw a few bits of those in with the smaller sand just to get some meatier chunks in that. And I've got it pretty liquidy here so that maybe this will look something like chili. I did the same thing trying to get relish, like the right color for relish. And I tried it using the Dollar Tree green sand. And I'll show you, I've got mine nearby. So I tried using the green sand. It was a little bright. You could use some of your Miniverse different sprinkle ingredients, but what I ended up using was the white sand and this makeup palette, I used a little bit of this green, a little bit of yellow. You can see the yellow around the edge. And I added quite a bit of clear and mixed that all around so that hopefully it gets kind of that relish look to it. You know, relish has like a little bit of the gooey part and a little bit of the chunky part. So I went a little more liquid with the relish. And I'm going to try to cut some onions as well. You guys haven't seen that video. There is a video with add-on DIY ingredients, and I have some already chopped up here. I may have to chop them a little smaller for these hot dogs, but we'll see. So I'm going to start with trying to mix my chili around and get those bigger chunks from the taco meat in with my smaller chunks of sand really well, so that they're kind of dispersed pretty decently. And hopefully I can get this lined across here. Maybe I got too much at first. Let's go a little less. So I think I'm going to load this thing down. I like a heavy chili dog. Oh, it's looking tasty already. Now that I got my chili, I'm going to come in. I hit it with my light briefly. Just to stiffen that up a little bit before I add everything else, but it's not completely cured. So some of my little onion bits I feel like are maybe a little large, just kind of looking there. So I might cut these down again. And if you haven't seen this, there is a video in the playlist where I made this these white onion bits out of just cutting up a glue stick. Just your plain, normal, regular, everyday glue stick. And I think taking it smaller for this works just a little better. So I've got some little onion bits here. I think they all are pretty uniform. I'm going to try to add some of these across my chili dog. So I've taken some of my shredded cheese and basically shredded it a little more. I just cut it down some because I felt like they were a little large for the size of this dog. You can see that's kind of their normal size. So I took them down a little bit and gonna try to sprinkle them on, get them to stick. So I think that's as far as I'm taking my chili dog. You could always put maybe some nacho cheese over the top. So here's my finished chili dog. You can see the onions on it, the cheese on it, and cheese on me. And the look of the chili. For my next one, I'm basically going to do the same thing, except for I'm adding some of the relish that I mixed here, and probably some onions. I think relish and onions sound good together. I was not really feeling the ketchup that I got with mine. I feel like it was a little transparent, so I decided that I wasn't using the ketchup or the mustard. And I'm hoping I can get my relish just down one side. Like that. I'm trying to get some of the clear part too, because I feel like relish has kind of the syrupy jelly part around it. Not sure what you'd call that, but going to just keep tucking it down to that side. So I've brushed a little resin down the opposite side. You could use whatever color. I just happen to still have some on the paintbrush that I usually use, and it was still kind of sticky, so I just brushed it down so I'd have something to stick my onions to. And I'm going to try to toss those in there, get them down to that side. So here is my finished chili dog with onions, my chili cheese dog, if you will, and maybe you can see a little better, my relish and onion dog. And that's really all I wanted to share, just some ideas on making your own relish and making your own chili, tossing them together, and I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. Hope I gave you some ideas or something worth thinking about, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, y'all.